Today's video is about a telehealth technique about preparing kids and teens for going back to school. I would suggest that you and your client be prepared when you sit down. Ask them to maybe get a hot cup of hot chocolate or tea or whatever that they can have. And I would start a conversation about what comes in pairs. So right away, I think bookends or salt and pepper shakers. Your client might say shoes. And if not, I would definitely bring up shoes. And then I would say, oh, that's right. Do you have all your school clothes and everything that you need for school? And your client might say, yes, I have a t-shirt. I'm all excited to wear it, even though I'm going to be virtual learning. My friends will still be able to see it. The client might say, oh no, I have no erasers or binders. We haven't been able to go back to school shopping because of COVID. And so I still need to get those before I go back to school. And I'm gonna let this conversation play out and talk about like, oh, did they get their hair cut? And like, what are they thinking? Who are they excited to see? And so on. All about the tangible items and anything physical that has to do with going back to school. And then I'm gonna segue into conversation and talk about how going back to school, there's two parts. It's all kind of like something that comes in a pair. And how we just talked about all the things that you have, your shirt, your erasers, or you need your erasers, the physical part, but what about the emotional part? So the other half of that pair would be all about preparing for going back to school in an emotional way. And so I would be looking for, was this client bullied last year? Did they have any problems with peers last year? And so on. I might talk about like what to do if you get bullied at school, or if someone is like saying something mean in the chat box, or in your breakout room, your teacher's not there and someone is being mean or making fun of you, like what to do, who to talk to, and so on. But I'm going to spend most of my time also on coping strategies. So I'd be working with my client, like what worked last year, what didn't, talking about coping strategies. Maybe we need to come up with new ones to use for this school year, and then practice them at the end of this session or with the next session. So I hope you're able to grab some hot chocolate or maybe Starbucks or coffee for you and sit with your client and have a conversation about the two parts of going back to school, the physical and the emotional, because both of those are there together, and we need to build up both of those to help them be successful as they venture out going back to school during this big pandemic, and whether it's virtual or in person. Thanks so much. If you found this helpful, please give it a like or subscribe to my channel below. There's also a playlist on other telehealth play therapy techniques that you can find on my channel.